The FGC needs to come to the realization that fighting games are niche. Even I've accepted it. And it sucks to say that as much as we're really growing in the past couple of years, even a few years, I would even say, and even recently, 2024 is probably the biggest year we've ever gotten for fighting games in quite a long time. If not, maybe the biggest spurge or sprouting, I don't know the right words for this, sorry, of us getting bigger as a community when it comes to fighting games. But we're still damn small. I mean, yeah, people are picking up these fighting games and learning and playing them and having fun, but nobody's really staying. And that's not a bad thing per se, because what they really want is definitely they want market sales. What about keeping players in? And I was watching a Twitch video, or not a Twitch video, I was watching a Twitch stream with Max. He was talking about how, let's say you're person A. You're person A, and you don't like how this specific Guilty Gear plays. There was quite a lot of people for Guilty Gear Strive. I don't like how Strive plays. This game is garbage. Yada, yada, yada. Whatever. I'm out. Right? That's kind of what Max was saying. But the reverse of that is that fighting games want to replace you with an extra person. So they're getting more value by you quitting whatever you don't like in a fighting game. But another problem with that is that you lose kind of a bit of percentage, but you're also gaining a percentage in concept, numbers-wise. And even then, those numbers are still going to be small, no matter what. I mean, let's look at Tekken 8 numbers compared to League of Legends numbers. I know that's a bit extreme, but it's still a big point to look at. Yes, there's definitely a lot of Tekken players playing the game right now. And that's not even counting console, because obviously fighting games are now becoming crossplay, and that's just Steam charts and League of Legends current players, and League of Legends is only played on PC. So obviously Tekken 8 numbers aren't exact, but the point still stands of there's still not a lot of people actually playing Tekken currently compared to any other game, and that goes for any other fighting game as well. And where that big issue lies is having to learn the fighting game. That sounds crazy, and I know, but I believe this is the biggest issue as to why fighting games will struggle to grow into the mainstream no matter what. And 2XKO is trying to help out with this, but even then, I don't even think it's going to help it that much to an extent. Why do I say this? If you're watching this video and you're new to fighting games, or you don't understand, or you're just getting into them, or whatever it may be, I'm going to say a few words, and I want to see if you understand what they are. Do you know what spacing is? Do you know what footsies are? Do you know what a whiff punish is? A block punish? Do you know what a dragon punch is? Do you know what an invincible reversal is? Do you know how to guard cancel? Special cancel? Do you know what a super cancel is? You get my point? Now, if you obviously know what those are, congrats. You just got by the basics of what fighting games will not teach you. They will teach you the mechanics of the game, but they won't teach you to learn fighting games. Fighting games are based around legacy concepts such as block punishment, such as whiff punishment, understanding spacing, and understanding how to play neutral and footsies. Well, what is footsies? What is spacing? How do I understand what to do with spacing? Good question. Depends on the character you're playing, depends on the matchup, depends on the game, depends on... You see, that's the issue with fighting games. It's a lot to learn before you can even learn the game. And nobody wants to sit there and do that all day long. Where it comes to Valorant, or it comes to Counter-Strike, or even Rocket League, learning the game mechanics is just as easy as understanding how to play the game. Because the game mechanics are literally the game. They'll teach you, okay, there are two ways to win on defense. Defuse the bomb, or eliminate all the opponents before they plant the bomb. And the attack is, you plant the bomb, make sure it explodes, or you kill everybody. Simple. And it tells you that in this tutorial. Most fighting games don't tell you that. And even then, some fighting games do have it, but they don't make you go through that tutorial because the tutorial is so damn long. Do you see the issue? When a tutorial is that damn long, why would it take this long to go through and just play the game? That's the thing. If you want to really dive into fighting games for real and really have the best experience, you're going to have to learn some things. And now, obviously, you don't have to. You can kind of pick it up as you go, maybe, or maybe not. There are some people who do that. There's a lot of times where that just doesn't work. Because fighting games as a whole is still a 1v1. In of itself, a lot of people are going to want to get better. And that's going to motivate you to want to get better yourself. Or not. And that's another caveat with fighting games is, are you willing to go on that journey? And a lot of people aren't. A high percentage of people are like, I'm satisfied with how far I made it in this specific fighting game. And that's fine. And if that's you, good for you. I'm happy for you. Genuinely. And if you're happy with where you're at playing the fighting game, that's awesome. I'm glad you at least played it and tried it out. But the problem is, you shouldn't need a Bible to understand a fighting game. As much as 2XK is going to try to break the mold and make, fighting games won't be niche anymore, it's not going to do that. Sad to say it, as somebody who's a big fighting game guy, it's not going to do that. It won't. Sadly, that's the truth. But another thing to think about is this. They're definitely trying to make fighting games more accessible. And that's a good thing. But the problem is you're doing it through game mechanics. You're not doing it through tutorials. Fighting games don't do it through a bunch of other things. They just teach you game mechanics and they say, go on and learn how to fight somebody. Okay, it's like taking your little boy, your little friend, okay, I don't know, your best friend or whatever, I don't know, another human, randomly off the street, you tell them, hey, go fight Conor McGregor in the ring for 5 rounds. What are you talking about? That's what fighting games are trying to make you do. It doesn't teach you anything about what you really need to learn to want to get better and want to stay and feel that, man, I'm improving. You get what I'm saying? You don't really learn that unless you watch YouTube videos. Unless you watch guides and tips and how-to videos. And I have one myself. If you don't know how to wave dash in Marvel 2, I got one in my channel, obviously. Bingo. So, if you're a Marvel 2 guy, you picked up the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, you want to learn how to play Marvel 2, you need to learn how to wave dash, I got you. Besides the little plug-in in my own video, Inception. Whoa, that's crazy. Fighting games will always be niche because of this problem. And another reason is we have such individuality, which isn't a bad thing, but it's also can be scary because a lot of people online specifically are very passive. And fighting games, you can just have a huge ego and nobody will care. And obviously every scene has this in gaming, but specifically in fighting games, it can be scary to talk to one person because it's just you. Or if you're in a group of people who have the same interest of playing that certain game, it can become a lot easier to talk to people. But if you don't have access to that, such as local scenes, or you don't have access to money to go to majors like that, it can be very difficult. Now, obviously, Discord can do its best to help you with that, and that's great. It goes to show the problem with fighting is because even at locals, you have to spend money to hang out with people. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to spend money when you hang out with people, right? That's just kind of in of itself, but you don't have to spend money all the time. But if you want to go play fighting games and learn with people, you have to spend the time to drive out to a local, spend the money for bracket or venue fee, and then play at the local for however long you want. Now, obviously, it's probably all night, all day, but that goes to show the money needed to stay stable in the FGC. And at the end of the day, this video is just me ranting about everything, and that's all I'm going to really say for this video. Anyone that watches this or does watch it, I appreciate you watching till the end. It means a lot to me. So that's it, really. And stay tuned for some more videos in the future. I do stream Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. every week. So if you want to watch me live, follow me on twitch.tv/real sewshin. Link down in the description below. And yeah, I do play fighting games. I do play OS. Osu, however you want to call it. I love me some rhythm games too. And JRPGs. Fighting games are niche. Y'all have a blessed one. And a good morning. Peace.